Okay, my name is Nicole Thomas. This is my son Tyler, who's 16 years old, and
Loxley Brownell, Tyler's dad.
And Tyler, you're 16.
Yes.
And Tyler's just been sitting here listening to us filming another family. You were very good. Thank you for that. So tell us what happened.
Typical same story in regards to him being perfectly fine. Typical toddler, baby, babbling, talking. Not talking, but
saying a few words. He was saying a few words.
Initially, afterwards, and then you got the shots and.
Do you know what age he was when he got the shots?
A year and some.
Year and a half.
Months, yes.
Somewhere around there,
Right.
14.
Yeah.
Year and 4 months, somewhere around there. And like everyone is saying, we weren't educated in regards to the shots and what we should have done. So here we are. Fortunately, watching the films, he's not as bad as other kids, which we're grateful for, but we feel for other families in terms of what they're going through. But all praises to his mom. She's done wonders in terms of working with him, and he's in school doing great.
And you didn't you see one of your friends earlier that was it Christopher?
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys were in the same school together?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great you were both there. So, so what do you guys do? What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm going to speak. We are one of the families that we didn't. I'm going to be very honest. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We didn't make it. The autism, among with other things, tore us apart.
You mean as a marriage?
As a marriage,
okay.
yes.
That's 85%.
Yeah, as a marriage, and when Tyler was initially diagnosed, I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. So I kind of, I'm going to be honest, took to my bed for at least 3 months, and then finally one day I said I have to figure this out. And so from there, I put my entire life into trying to get my son back to what he was. Initially, after he had gotten the vaccination, I didn't know what had happened to him. At the time, I was living in Brooklyn, or Queens. Queens. We're living in Queens, New York, and someone told me that maybe he was in shock. We had no idea what happened to him. He lost all language. He started to hand flap, no eye contact, and I had no idea what had happened to my baby. I had a girlfriend that came and she said, well, maybe he's hearing impaired. And we were saying, well, how could all of a sudden he become hearing impaired when he was fine before? So my story is a little crazy because I kept on taking him to our pediatrician and saying something is wrong with my son. And he kept on saying no, because I have a daughter who's older. And he says, you know what, you're worrying too much. You're thinking that he needs to be developing the same way with your daughter. And boys develop slower. But I had seen a difference. So finally, I was very persistent. And then finally, then he said, okay. And they did some testing. And that's when they told me that he had autism. At the time, they didn't use autism. They said pervasive developmental disorder, because they told me that at that age, they can't diagnose him with autism. So it's been a journey. I cry a lot. I want to be very honest here today.
I think most of us cry a lot, to be really all honest.
I cry a lot. My life is this. My life is taking care of Tyler. I was an educator, and I ended up eventually having to leave because I was losing him in the system while I was taking care of other people's children. So one of the things that and I don't like to do interviews, but one of the things that I think for me why I'm doing this is because people need to know how difficult it is. People need to understand support. parents that have children with disabilities. A lot of people see me and they just think I'm so strong, but they don't understand that there's a lot of times I break down. I need that support sometimes. So I think this is one of the things that I am here to say. Yes, I am strong, but I also need help. And another thing I want to say, like, I don't believe that the autism is what has gotten me down. What has really gotten me down is people. Fighting. I'm constantly fighting, whether it's schools to do the right thing for him, whether it's people to accept him. I think most of my energy is going into fighting other people to let them understand what's happened to my son. Also, it's so difficult when you sit down and you start to tell people that your child has been vaccine injured. They look at you like you're crazy. Even my own family. They don't get this, you know? So, I'm grateful. He's doing well, but it's been a lot of work. A lot of work. So when you see him, understand that it's a lot of work. And I guess that's all I have to say.
Well, you're live right now, and people
Yes.
are sending you so much love and hearts. And you want to see? Check it out. See all those hearts there? And see all that love. See those
Nicole.
love that you're getting?
That's Tina.
See all those love hearts? These are the people that, look, see? So you need to know that there's an army of people out there
Yeah,
that have your back.
Yeah, I
They've got your
know.
back.
Initially, before I moved, I really didn't have the support, and I didn't even know what had happened to Tyler until I moved out here, and I joined TACA. And when I joined TACA, these women, they were talking my story, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what happened to Ty. And so then that's how I became, knowledgeable on what was going on with him.
They're also saying how handsome you are.
Don't say
Thanks.
Yeah, they think you're a very good looking boy, and they're saying thank you for speaking on behalf of fathers as well, because we need men to speak out about the pain that they go through as well. It's painful for everybody. So it's tough. It's tough for everybody, and there's lots of us in the same boat.
Yes.
But you are an amazing guy, and I think you've got a bright future ahead of you. Yeah? Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
And it was great that you have friends like Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
So
He
it's
doesn't
gonna
like
be
his
Great
sister.
parents.
Yeah, he said great parents.
Great dad. Yeah. Come on. You're my mom.
well, now everybody's
Oh,
crying.
no.
Yeah, seriously, guys, thank you for telling the story,
Okay.
and thank you for saying what you just said. Basically, what we all think. So we really appreciate your honesty. Oh gosh. Okay, let's have a hug.
Okay,
Come here,
thank you.
Mama.
Oh, thank you, Polly.
Stay in contact.
Okay, I will.
You are welcome on my autism centre anytime you like.
Good.
I need brainy, clever people like you.